we join back as the camera focuses on a small construct, one that is being held together by the arcane, but one that's face represents, or the head of this creature represents a cork. That also has a bounding of straw like a bow that wraps around the base of this bottle. The glass shoulders of this creature also house a membranous, sort of leather type wing as this creature starts to then flap its wing like appendages toward the ground as if it's trying to figure out how to crawl, as if it's figuring out how to walk. The camera pulls out as it's climbing up onto Jet's hair, and then it reaches out for a moment with its long clawed appendage and squeaks. The cork on its where its head would be starts to rattle and undulate, and as it does, it starts to then chirp and make noise excitedly as it starts to learn and start to feel out, and its faceless cork starts to then examine each and every one of you as Violet takes off down around the room. It flaps, and then it makes its way, banks around the open door, and kicks off of the door that is ajar. The door swings slowly as then Violet uses it as a kicking point to then kick its flight direction down the hallway from whence you came, and disappears into the hallway. And you hear, I think, down further into the ship, "Oh, what's that? Oh, look at this little thing."
Is that thing gonna grow up and eat people?
I mean, it's just a vial. I don't think so.
Clearly not just.
Not just. No. But as for growth, I don't think so. At least, not unless you don't want it to.
But it can.
I mean, maybe. We'll see.
It's at this
It's
moment that a familiar face walks in, wearing burgundy leather quilted armor that is bound by, excuse me, a dark brown belt. He's human. His dusty hair that is mousy in color is pulled up toward a sort of a top knot. His beard has been freshly cropped since the last time you have seen him, and he also has what looks to be a scimitar at his waist, or on his on that belt of his, and he also has these fur gloves that he was not wearing before. Around his neck is not the collar, but it is the face of Tenno as he makes his way around the corner, and pulling at his hair and hanging on, excuse me, his man bun is Violet. And he goes, "Hey, is this yours?"
Yes. And I make a
Tries his
kind
best.
of
Yeah. There you go.
waving motion to Violet. And
Violet finally comes undone and then falls for a moment and then catches itself in the air, much like a beetle does when you throw a beetle in the air and it catches itself and flies away. Sort of that same thing happens before it hits the ground. It catches itself, soars, and then finds its rhythm and then lands upon your shoulder. And
I'm going to
go on.
I'm going to take the cord from my hood. I'm going to tie it in a loose knot so it has a hoop. And I'm going to try and coax Violet to just kind of sit in there like a vial would on the rest of my robe.
Sure. For a little bit, I think as you try and just to silently communicate to it and let it know this thing, know what it is, what you're doing, it then with its long, membranous, leathery wings. It picks itself up and then just shimmies its bottle body into the hoop that is now hanging right over your shoulder, and then its wings sort of dangle for a moment, and then it seems to shift as it's uncomfortable, and then a claw goes up towards your shoulder, and then it rotates itself upside down, as it then the wings and the cork is just now under on the bottom, as it then sort of rests.
And to anybody looking now, it looks like a tall vial that's just kind of suspended on my rope.
Mm-hmm. The wings start to fold back into what looks like to be your robe, or at least like a leathery pauldron, but it is the wings of Violet. Tenno makes his approach. Hey. Thanks.
Look who can speak.
Yeah. He looks worse for wear. Doesn't look like he has rest as well as you all have. He did, of course.
I didn't really get much rest.
Yeah, appearance-wise, I mean, looks like he has, but you can see in his eyes that he hasn't. He has freshened up. He has a haircut and everything, hoping that would maybe potentially give him the energy, but he is still pretty beat. So, it's a pretty big thing you did. As he looks towards you, Varsha, and the rest of you. Why?
What do you mean, why?
Well, what's the plan? It's pretty bold. You went in.
I'm going to see if anybody is listening outside. We're inside the captain's room, right?
You are, yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure there's nobody around that can hear what they're saying.
Yeah, you reach your head out, or you crane your head out of the door for a moment, and you do see someone who is sort of, they stop sweeping, but then they start sweeping again.
Some privacy, please.
Oh, right, yeah. He turns around,
close the door.
a couple more steps, and then starts sweeping again, but you do end up closing the door.
I glance around the room, I think, and then back. You mean you don't have a plan?
I don't. I heard before that someone was told that I did.
Yeah.
I don't...
Lorkhan said that you would have a plan on how to get out. We just had to get in. And find you.
He takes a moment to sort of recall. I did see Lorkhan in my dreams, but we never spoke of anything like escape.
I'm pretty skeptical of everything that's going on with Lorkhan, Tenno. And I think I'd be watching Tenno the whole time that he's talking. Just
Right.
I know something happened in that prison. And I know that something happened to his mind. I think I'm on high alert.
Yeah.
I'm just watching.
Make me an insight.
Would help if I, had my sheet open. Could be a good idea.
Who needs to roll anyway? Where's my mouse?
But I'm I'm very skeptical of Tenno, and I don't know that I trust Tenno. And I know that Varsha is very heavily invested in everything that Tenno says.
Mm-hmm. With a 13 insight, I think you read that the same that I have said, that he does seem to be exhausted. Doesn't seem like he has slept very well. But from what you can read from him now, it seems to be he's telling the truth. He doesn't know.
I'm just going to keep watching and not really
His
interact otherwise.
Yeah, his confusion does seem genuine. But yeah, he tries to recall something, and I don't know. I feel like I've been away for years. Is that true?
I glance at Smith.
I think as you glance at Smith, Tenno also looks over towards Smith. And then he focuses for a moment, and then... I know you. What are you doing here?
He's with us now.
What do you mean he's with you?
Us.
He
Yonton.
helped
How?
me.
Same way everyone is.
Sorry. It's a lot. It's a lot happening. Everyone I speak to on this boat is telling me that I'm supposed to have a plan. They're very excited. They want to hear what I have to say, and I don't have anything.
Okay, well let's make one now.
Okay?
Lorkhan wants to do what? Where are we going now?
Selfish.
Like right now?
Going back. Yeah. What do you think all these recruits are doing on these boats? It's a militia.
Yeah, but going somewhere to rest, maybe? You can't just send a bunch of recently released prisoners to a fight and expect us to win it.
Why?
Because it won't be coordinated. It's going to be a mess. We're going to be fighting against an entire sworn army that is very coordinated and has spent the last however many years learning each other's moves and understanding exactly how to handle a situation like this.
Right, well, we ain't got years, so we might as well do it now. What do you want to do? Roll up somewhere, relax, put your feet up.
I'm
Let
not saying
half of this lot
relax.
wander off after they've just been broken out. No, they owe us. We got them out.
They don't
can
owe
pay.
you anything.
You say so? We had a plan. A basic one. Since he ain't got shit, and fuck knows what Lorkhan's up to, the plan is this. We roll
We're
the
gonna
boats
lose.
back into Galfish, and we overrun them. Take it back.
You're not going to overrun anything.
How do you know that?
Because for once, like
Numbers.
half of the sworn is there.
How do
Why
you
would
know
you? We were just there.
Yeah? What was the last thing you did?
Yeah,
Are
but
you
that's
talking about the speech?
yeah, that's a seed of doubt. That takes watering. That takes tending to the crop. You can't just expect that to change someone's mind overnight.
Strike while the iron's hot.
This
They'll be
isn't the time
confused.
to strike.
Yeah, it's the perfect time to strike. They don't know what the fuck is going on. The boats come back, full of people. They don't know how many we got. It's gonna freak them out.
It wasn't as quiet as it could have been. Who knows? They could have sent a message out. They might
Hello.
know we're coming.
So? You want to let them, what? Bolster their forces then? We got to get there before they do then, didn't it? That's it.
They're
You
not
want to
gonna-
take advantage of this wave of confusion. Striking at Gallfish is the worst place to strike.
Yeah.
It's the most heavily reinforced right now by the Sworn. If
Nah.
you wanted to use your methodology, your plan here,
The red goldfish?
Yes.
There's a
they
blockade.
are
Now's
a
the time to
massive blockade.
hit Evervale or something where they are not.
Exactly.
It's not the entire fucking army. They didn't send the entire empire to fucking goldfish.
No, they
They sent
didn't,
a
but they sent a
blockade.
great deal. Yeah, they sent a great deal. Way more than we were expecting.
Right, we fucked them. That sends a wonderful message, doesn't it? Imagine that.
If we can do it, but why would
The
we
Entente
why would we risk
retook-
all these lives that we just
What?
Why would we risk that on such a gamble?
They're all gonna fuck off anyway.
You don't know
They're all
that.
prisoners. I fucking would.
Then why are you here? You don't owe them anything either.
No, I'm conscripted. You're conscripted. They're all conscripted. Let's put it to use. Make a dent.
The tactics that the Entente has employed until now have worked because of the way that you were marshaling your forces. You were doing coordinated strikes on important targets, random times, with small forces. It was hard to hit you. It was hard to pin you down. The larger your force gets, the easier that is to do. But if you separate your forces and you hit multiple points where they don't expect it, it will be much more effective.
Yeah, I have to
Let them
agree.
let them think we're coming to Gullfish, and meanwhile we split off and take, I don't know, 3 smaller outposts or 4, or it's just stupid going in there with a large group. It's going to be a mess. A
We've
massacre.
cut off 2 important points for them. The prison has been
Yes.
heavily, ruined. The supply of ores and metals and various enchanted items has also been curtailed. They're going to need to find replacements for their weapons. Those are an absolute priority for them. What would be smart to hit would be to hit other weapon caches or to disrupt their supply lines. You need to think tactically. If you try and brute force versus the Sworn, it's destined for failure.
So
And
I'm only
everything
saying
that
we
I
brute force
said-
This one. That's it. Just this one.
No.
While we got the people. It's either that or we
Everything-
go around and we ask who the fuck wants to take a sword and the rest of them go free. You think they're all going to stay? How many people you think we got on these ships? Right
Okay.
now, it's the biggest force we've ever had.
Okay, if you don't think they're going to stay, given the choice, what do you think they're going to do the moment they hit Gullfish?
Don't matter.
Do you think they're going to fight with all of their might for your cause?
Yeah, they're going to fight because they're going to get fucking slung back into jail if they don't. They'll be backed into a corner. That'll be it.
for the
Put them
moment,
on the shoreline. Tell them to fucking break out. They don't need to fight for me. They don't need to fight for the Entente. They just fight for themselves. Get free.
our causes are the same. When they get there, it's either fight or die. There is no Stormfort for them to go back to. But, Mr. Smith, where would we go? Evervale is on a peninsula, no? Dead Grove is the only place.
There are other places to hit.
I would
can help
advise
with
that
some of the.
right in the
You
foothills of Evervale. It's-
What about the school?
What school?
Fuck. What was it called?
Flare ice.
That's on the other side of the world.
It's not exactly an easy trip.
We want to take a second island.
They're isolated, hard to
Yeah.
reinforce. It's a much better target.
There's probably information there that we could use to better prepare ourselves. Learn how to use magic in ways that has been lost to us.
Problem is getting our forces there.
And time. Because Goldfish is still in danger.
If you want the tactical solution here, Ty, smashing all your forces into a large group of sworn is going to cause some casualties, for sure. There will be lots of dead sworn. So if that is your goal, you'll probably accomplish that. But you'll also wipe out everyone. They will win.
That was
And
the
they
only
will.
plan. That was it. That was the whole point of this.
Well, then it's time to change the plan.
What does
You
Mr.
mentioned-
Lorkhan think now?
You mentioned a flay rice? You mean the Liberated Academy? That's...
Yeah.
You know where it is?
I
It,
hastily pull out my map and I go, more or less, but the only way there is overground and then a boat again.
Make me, this is probably a my fault thing. Make me a history, everyone.
Okay.
Okay, Jet, yeah, Jet, you know where it is. Or you have at least heard of it in that direction. But, Jet, you also know, and Smith, I think Smith, your knowledge is Flay Rice has been eliminated. Through the history books, it has been gone. Just, but I think with your 26, your critical, Jet, you are able to know that it does still exist. And it has been hidden.
So I guess I'll sort of retcon a little bit.
Okay.
I'll just say, well, I suppose we could go to the island and regroup, but I don't know what else you'd be looking to get from Flare Ice. I mean, it's been eliminated.
base of operations.
Yeah.
Sit Lorkhan down with Tenno.
The
Maybe
last
actually
place
come
they'd
up with a
ever look
fucking
for us.
plan.
Yeah.
The trouble is getting there with everyone.
Oh, it's not everyone. It's whoever
We
wants to
couldn't-
go.
We couldn't
Yeah.
take this boat. We'd need to
Okay, well, if we keep our heads low, we can go through Walden.
through Walden. The wheel is broken, no?
What?
We broke the reel.
Wheels.
Yeah. And blew up the mine.
Hmm.
Will was a Lorkhan special. Mines was, them.
Okay. Okay. So we
It's a
have no
mess.
way to get to the other side of
No.
the spine. Okay. So I guess
Sykes
Land
might
forward,
know.
Slog it.
I mean,
Sykes.
Yeah.
The fuck would he know? Anything.
if I may,
He's a
I only s-
madman, Varsha. What do you expect from him?
Sorry,
Who's
Jet.
Sykes.
I'll introduce you later. Go on, Jet.
Jet, was that your name?
yes.
Sorry.
Nice to meet you. I pull out my Sean wrote my map again, and I go. There's always Trader's Reach. It's close. It's by the shore, south side. But we'd have to travel over land to get there. I think we talked about this before. But I don't know which shore here we'd have to get there. Galfish was the port.
And we need the ships.
Unless you can make a ship fly, Mr. Tai, I don't know how to do that.
Well, then we're not going to be going any other island, are we? We're going to have to go and take somewhere else. I don't know about Trader's Reach. There's a lot of
DM.
people in Trader's Reach.
Yes.
So on the world map that we have
Yes.
on Roll20,
Yes.
so there's a river going from like a tributary, you know, from the mountains going west into Galfish and that area. Does that river go around the mountains? Does it go
Isn't
around
that
the
from
mountains?
the Dankert mines.
I think that's the
mean-
one we came down.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so it doesn't go around it, it goes through the mines, so never mind. I was wondering if maybe perhaps we could go through there, through the
Yeah,
river
that-
and out Beardin's Hollow.
Yeah, these rivers, the only rivers that connect from
Mhm.
one side of the spine to the other is the Walden Canal.
Okay. Which is why, you know, like let me see if I can get my pen. Which is why this area here, I can't. How do I make the ping that I had before?
Click and hold.
Yeah, so this area here, then across is the only thing I can think of, no?
Mm-hmm. Trader's
To
Reach.
get across it.
Yep,
Mhm.
Trader's
To get-
Reach does have a lot of trade, obviously, because it is like the thinnest point. It is a hustling and bustling trade route that is just on the outskirts of the King's Grasp, I guess you would call it.
But getting there past Galfish, past all this one.
Getting there past the blockade, seeing you may be hard, especially
I'm
with
no
Armada.
tactician. I have no idea.
We can't. We have so many ships. I'm looking at this map and I'm thinking, the moment they find out Stormford was taken and that we have ships full of Spellkin, they're gonna wait at Galfish, High Hallow, Trader's Reach, maybe even Blue Falls.
This is not Everval jurisdiction, though, is it, down here? Myth.
It is not,
Certainly want it to be.
but
Right, but
yeah.
that's where we...
But I don't know if it's for what you know, everything west of Trader's Reach hasn't bent the knee yet.
I mean,
One option is we could send an advanced squad to break the blockade, bring the ships through, past Galfish.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They might not be expecting that if we're able to get ships through the blockade. Perhaps somewhere along there, and I point the finger at the map. We would have to break the blockade probably somewhere about here. Make our way past. Potentially here. Near Trader's Reach.
but then the question is, the ships. What if there are none down south?
Fuck this Flaris place. Where else do we go? We need a new Galfish.
It's not named, but there's a small place to the west of High Hollow. By the map, it looks like it's a settlement. And it's not Empire. Just south of Stormford.
Any idea what
Wait.
that is, DM?
Yep. Let me just whip out my map.
I mean, do I have any idea what it is?
Tenno probably does. He was in High Hollow, wasn't he? For a long time.
High Hollow doesn't have a
Yes.
coastline.
Yeah.
Let me
We might know the area.
crack open Photoshop and see what I have saved. If I even have it.
I don't think that's a good idea. I think anything along this ridge, and I kind of take my hand from Gallfish to High Hollow to that other one on that end point. These are the 3 places I would go. Because they know we've got a ship full of people. Who knows what supplies we have to eat and feed people. They know we're going to come to one of these 3.
True.
So our other options would be to go either
What about this
North.
river here?
north or
point.
south.
Yeah. How do I mark this? What about this one here?
Does it go all the way through the spine?
No, it doesn't.
It does not.
We would still have to pass through the blockade.
What? What do you mean?
Blockade. And I point to the gray marks that are marked on the map.
The little footpaths?
No.
Oh,
See where the text for Galfish is?
yeah. I'm talking about the green X
These-
down here by the
this
river.
end down here.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, sorry. Well, that's a hell of a trip.
It is.
They definitely wouldn't expect us to go there. But we don't know what we're really running into. I've never been that far west.
That's months of travel. And then
Maybe not months, but a few weeks probably.
By the time they've checked all along the coastline, they'll realize we didn't go there.
But what is the plan? We
We might
form-
stay on the fucking boats. We'll just make landfall every now and then, pick up supplies,
Yeah.
stay back out at sea. Plan is just to fuck off and stay safe.
So
The
our
other
trip
alternative is we take one of the ships and look like we're going to Everfail.
our
and then
trip
when
was
they
3
panic-
weeks to
Yeah.
Stormford.
Let's see.
according to the map, but I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
According to the map, it was 3 weeks. Yeah, it was 3
I
days.
thought it was days. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
it
going
was
to say 3
3
days. Yeah.
So essentially that would be walking is 3 weeks. So
Yeah.
the ships are much faster than walking. Got it. So
this is 3 days. And
so
what's that whack?
So-
7. That's a week. That's not bad.
we got a lot of people here, and the question is, what are our supplies
Do we
looking
have enough
like?
supplies? Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
All right. Why don't we figure out how many supplies we have, and let's see if we can get some kind of head count.
Yeah.
You coordinate with Lorkhan.
Who,
Can you
me?
send a message or anything? I'm looking at Ty, and I'm looking at Tenno.
Tenno sort of shrugs. I have no way to communicate with him.
No, every now and then he'll just fucking invade my brain.
All right.
But
Well, there's
we have to stop from going to Gullfish now. That's the
Right.
Do we
number one
stop-
thing.
Do we stop all of us, or do we just break off?
Are we the first boat in the chain?
You're not the first boat in the chain.
We need to just stay still for an hour so that we can talk about this and figure this out.
They must have a way to communicate between the ships.
we got the
surely, can't we?
Griffins.
Yeah,
I'll fly a Griffin.
maybe it shouldn't be you. No offense.
No, maybe it really should be him.
Well, I mean, he
Lorkhan
can
ain't
fly
gonna
it,
listen
but
to me. He's not gonna listen to you. He's not gonna listen to
well, he'll
him.
listen to Tenno, won't he?
I don't know.
I'll go.
Tenno don't even know he's Tenno right now.
He might need to at least fly the griffin.
The
Because
Yeah, of
fucking
course.
Smith shows
I
up.
cannot.
All right,
Tells
all
him,
right.
yeah, this is what you got to do, Lorkhan. Watch out for that. Go over here, do that. You might actually fucking listen to that.
Yeah, okay.
We can take both griffins and we can all go.
Yeah, okay.
All right, first things first. We got to send them a signal and let them know we need to stop.
Yeah.
We got to stop, and we got to tell them that we're gonna try and figure out a plan right now, because what we're doing is most
Suicide.
likely going to provide no benefit to the Entente, and most definitely kill most of the people here. All right.
Okay.
We'll let's get on some griffins and let's get everybody to stop, and then we're gonna get a count of supplies. We're gonna get a head count on how many people we've got, and then we have to figure out a way and a place to go.
Yeah, I'll meet you up there.
All right, I'll get the griffins prepped.
I'm gonna go try to find Sykes if I can.
Okay, I'm going to try and prepare some sort of way to alert the other ship. Maybe-
Sykes is on the Longbow.
So he's on the other ship?
Longbow
Okay.
has Lorkhan, Buttocks,
Okay.
and Sykes.
Got it. Okay.
You're on the Camilla.
Okay. And I will wait until we get there.
Maybe something alchemical. Maybe something similar to my
Sure.
firebolt.
I'm sure they have flags, don't they?
What
They do,
time
yeah,
of
they
day
do have
is-
flags.
Yeah,
Um,
they'll have flags that they can pull up to say, like, to communicate to each other.
Yes.
close enough, okay.
For a couple of moments or so, maybe 15 or so minutes go by, and then you hear.
I mean, you're welcome to still do something alchemical if you want to practice doing something
Oh,
new.
I mean,
Yes.
I've never really written a boat before. I don't know what's going on outside. Do we have a horn? Can we blow something for them to hear us? I just
Probably
think
shouldn't do that because
Mhm.
sound travels over water really well. Just to be safe. Just do
Okay.
something visual.
I could do that, but let's see what they have first.
Okay.
Did you all hear that cannon fire?
What?
No?
No. Okay, great. Anyway, I just had a sound effect for a cannon. Anyway, a cannon echoes off up above onto the main deck, and then you hear a bunch of people. Oh, what's going on? And then the flags, and they start to signal back from one another. The only way that they seem to get attention from one boat to the next. But after about 30 minutes of just sort of this anxiety of just waiting around, and boats start to slow down and start to meet up towards each other, and then have this they start to drop anchor between the ships. You could see the splashes as anchors are thrown overboard, and such ships are starting to then become stationary so they can see what the hell's going on.
Okay.
Okay. Showtime.
All right, griffins are mostly prepped. I gotta say that the cannon fire didn't go over too well with them, but yeah, should be ready to go.
Okay. So, the griffins are, they were a bit startled, but you are able to round them up and get them ready. You are able to mount up and fly on over to the Longbow. I will need an animal handling from whoever is steering them.
Yeah, that's unfortunately probably me. It's a 12.
Okay.
4.
A 12 is able to get the bird up and off of the ship and at least hastily in a way to make your way toward the longbow. But Varsha, with a 4, it is hard for you to even get it to budge. But once again, you, after a while, you're able to then coax it up and watch the through a series of clicks. You're able to at least get it familiar with you as it does calm down, and you are able to make your way toward the longbow. Soaring on the across the fog and the clouds, or the low-hanging clouds here, you do make your way over toward the longbow. A lot of crew are stationary as they are sort of looking up. Some are just milling about, and then there is one, Lorkhan, who stands and sort of waits with a sense of confusion and it looks like his patience is wearing thin as you both griffins
Right.
land. Some people clear out of the way, and you land sloppily on the main deck.
I never get that right. So just to be clear, I would have assumed that we would have brought Tenno, but I don't know how the logistics worked here.
Someone has to ride
did
claw.
Someone will have to
Yeah.
ride claw. Yeah.
I guess me?
Okay.
Why, Jet? Why don't we have Tenno ride Claw?
Tenno's about to die. Isn't he basically a...
He's pretty exhausted.
So Ty volunteered for Claw.
All right, so
Got
Ty's
it.
doing claw.
That's exactly how Jet managed to become Claw.
Okay. I mean, I have a thick leather belt. I can grab the claw.
Okay. It does. Yeah, you wrap the belt around the claw. The claw grabs on to some clutches around, and you're able to ride. It is uncomfortable and terrifying, but you're able to make it through. It does land, but you have to jump off. Make me an acrobatics as you jump off before it lands.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Acrobatics.
Yeah, you have to like let go close near it before it lands, crushing you.
You'll
Okay.
be fine.
Athletics.
No,
15.
acrobatics.
Oh, acrobatics. It is. Is it the same thing? Yes, it's the same thing. So 15.
Okay, great. So that's still athletics.
I'll try one more time.
It's the same roll.
All right.
It's a. Okay.
So yeah, you are able to. You do collapse to your knees for a moment as it lands, or you jump off before it lands. It does land. These things aren't very graceful on the ground, but they do sort of find their steady as they land, and you are able to dismount. Lorkhan, what's this about?
There you go, that wasn't so bad, was it, Jet? Clap him on the back as I walk past.
Maybe next time you can do that.
Nope.
I wait to see
Hi,
if
what is this
Tenno
about?
speaks. Yep. Okay. He's so mad.
Could ask you the same thing. What the fuck is the plan?
The plan: we are to go to Galfish, and we are to defend and break the blockade.
Alright, well,
You know
they
this?
got a better plan.
Oh,
They wanted to see what you thought about it.
As they're
Tenno,
talking,
good to see you. Yeah, hi. What, do you have a plan? Is this your plan?
I give the slightest of nods to Tenno to be like, just fucking say it's your plan, please.
Yes. Very well. And he looks. I'm waiting.
You got a map?
Without a word, he turns and he walks toward the captain's quarters. It is, of course, this is Buttocks' captain's quarters, but it looks like they have been repurposed and also cleaned up since the last time you've been here. There is a large map that has recently covering over a bunch of paintings and things on the wall that were there, but a large canvas map is tacked to the wall as He approaches, and it looks like it's covering some windows as well, as some light sort of spills through some of the canvas on this map.
Does
Yes.
Lorkhan sound trustworthy?
Give me an insight.
Like when he talks, like, is it pure anger? Does he sound like his plan is sound? I don't know.
Right. Does it seem like his plan is fueled off of rage and passion rather than through like logic? I think with a 15, you can see that he is definitely frustrated right now.
Okay.
And with the plan being what it is, it does also seem like there is a little bit more of a personal motivation behind it. He approaches the map. Yes. What is it?
What are you guys, your fucking plan? I broadly gesture towards Tenno, Varsha, and Smith.
Yes, Tenno steps forward. Yes, so we were discussing, and if we were to make our way across now over toward the blockade, it's not going to do us much besides murder all of us. I don't know how you were thinking this would work out, Lorkhan. If we make our way south, we can make our way toward Trader's Reach. If we do that, we can then potentially see what's going on from the blockade. If we go west, we will then be able to utilize what we know of the Entente that are out there. Different places, different people, different forces. We're worried we're going to lose everything we have if we go now. We've already lost Galfish.
And they're
Really?
expecting us.
Lost.
They've got a full force there ready to do one job, and that is keep up the blockade. It would be great if we could take it down, but now isn't the time to do that because we're weak. The people that we just rescued haven't really been outside in who knows how long, let alone are they going to be able to fight in a coordinated effort against an entire troop of coordinated sworn. It's suicide. And for the first time, the Entente has an army.
If you want to be effective, I can tell you, Varsha and myself, a first-hand experience in what was, frankly, the most frustrating thing to deal with as a member of the Sworn. Your tactics of hitting and running, they're effective. They work. It's a larger force. If you, just because your numbers have swelled a little bit, decide to throw this group of magic users, people that are, well, frankly, half-starved and weak, at a fully trained, fully supplied, and ready sworn blockade, you'll inflict some casualties, sure, but everyone here is going to die. It'll make everything that you've done completely worthless. Is that what you want?
I think without looking at you this whole time, Lorkhan is staring at the map, sort of what you would assume is soaking in the information. He then turns abruptly toward Tenno. Tenno, what is the reason for this shift then? Tenno says, I don't know what you're talking about, Lorkhan. I've been hearing that you've been saying that we've been talking, but this is the first time I've heard of this. Lorkhan for a moment stops with a sense of worry on his face. I think it's the most emotion you've seen him express in a bit. His eyes soften as his eyebrows start to perk in worry. And he stares for a moment, trying to just process. It wasn't you I spoke to then.
They used him.
They either used him or... Yeah, but
Or
all
they
the more
scrambled.
reason not to go. All the more reason not to go. That's why they put the blockade there. They wanted the entire Entente to do exactly this.
Used me? Tenno says. And I think that's when Lorkhan... Can I have a persuasion check? I need to know who's going to roll it. For the group, I need to know who's going to roll it.
Me.
I assume I'm helping.
Okay, then I'm going to need disadvantage. Because you're both.
Yeah.
Ex-sworn.
Yeah. Okay.
Sweet.
Get
Sweet. So that was a 19 persuasion.
Holy shit.
And then with
Twice.
the disadvantage was 19 persuasion. So that was really cool. All right. Awesome. Lorkhan takes a moment, turns back towards the map. So what is it you suggest we do instead?
And I think I've been nervous to say anything to this
Yeah.
guy up until this point, but now that he's asking, I think I just jump in. Well, Jet says, fuck, what was it called? It's not on the map, so sorry. The school, the abandoned...
Flare
Oh,
ice.
Flare Ice Academy.
Flare Ice, okay. And you pointed that out to us, right? Which island, where it was? That before I
Yes.
fuck everything over? Okay. So I point to that and I go, well, ideally, we'd want to go here. It's Flare Ice, the old academy that the Sworn says that they've, completely demolished. We could maybe rebuild there, have our own stronghold, and do most of the operations out of there. But we've fucked the wheel, we've fucked the mines, and Goldfish has a blockade, so we don't really have a way of getting there right now. If it were me, I'd be looking at all three of these cities here along the coastline. So I
Before
think we
you-
should avoid going there.
Before you waste energy on this plan, you cannot go to Flare Ice unless you are a student. You cannot find Flare Ice unless you are a student. We cannot see it. Only the youth can. Is there what?
A youth or a student?
A student.
How does one become a student?
Back when I was accepted into Flare Ice, we had to. This is, of course, Lorkhan. We were approached. There's no way to know. They have to see you do something somewhere, and you need to be found before the Sworn see you. Some of us, it's not so lucky. And he looks over towards Tenno, and Tenno looks over towards you, Smith.
Okay, well, either way, we can't go to any of these three cities along the coast here. We were discussing maybe...
And how would we even go? Says Lorkhan. The canal is destroyed.
I know. That's why I said ideally we would go here, except we have fucked the wheel and all these things, so we cannot. But we might want to consider going here. And then I point to that green X on the map. It's only a couple more days added travel, assuming we have the supplies.
We'd need a
Why
head
the
count. And
Yeah.
we need to get a count on our supplies to see if we can make the trip.
There's supplies there. What about the supplies after we actually get there?
Right.
Yeah.
Wherever we're going after that, what are we doing? Finding the nearest place or heading back along the land?
We'll need to figure out how many people are capable of what kinds of magic, and if there is anyone that's able to make food. If you have any people that are capable of, well, setting up some kind of camp. We need to rest and resupply.
Ty, there. What is your goal in all this? He interrupts.
Since when have I had any fucking goal? Kill the fucking God King.
Yes. So you are in the same alignment as I, as we wish to make the God King bleed. I don't know if we'll do that by fleeing.
It's not fleeing. It's tactical. It's what they won't expect. If you want to make him bleed, you need to sneak into his room and cut off his head, not storm the castle while he's looking.
He doesn't say anything as he turns back towards the map.
Oh, we stay on the water
We can't stay
and
on.
make this. Okay.
We don't have the supplies. We barely have enough supplies
Well,
to
I
get us
guess
back
it
to
depends. What if we have some magic users that can create?
A lot of people were liberated from Stormford. Might be able to reinforce the supplies that we've got. Head count's important. Let them know what's going on. Tell them that they've got a chance at freedom. And a chance to pay back the God King and the Sworn. But only after everyone's rested. After everyone is able to actually do that. You never know, there might be others. People that have also fled from the Sworn. Headed west. Found new homes. You might be able to make an even bigger army. One that might actually be able to do something. Not just get themselves killed.
Your plan is to liberate all these prisoners, get them some supplies, get them armed, and then raise an army in the southwest and then have them march up.
No. We employ the tactics that you were using that were working, which is hitting small places, unexpected, and run, but we do it all at the same time.
I mean, and forgive me if I'm speaking out of turn here, but we have 3 boats or more, and you want to hit a bunch of places at once. Why not send each boat to a different place? You know, they don't have to be guarded.
That's what I was thinking.
You know,
Tenno,
send one to
nice.
Mistdale, send one to High Hollow, send one to that other place. You know, they won't know where to go. They'll spread. Maybe Galfish will be saved for a second. It's just an idea. I don't know what else to do.
Are they even going to do anything to Galfish now? There's no one there. There's nothing there for them. They'll be shooting themselves in the foot.
It's probably already gone, Tenno says.
Who's there?
No.
After we've left. They wanted to root us out, they did it.
No, they would want you to watch it. So it's probably not gone. They're probably waiting for the boats to come into view before they destroy Galfish.
How far away from Galfish are we right now, dear?
About a day out.
Okay, so it's not visible.
Not visible.
Okay.
Also have to get
I'm
pretty
not-
close because of the fog.
Right. Because, you know, we might not be there, but they might still raise it to the ground.
They might,
And
but
we'll-
it'll take some time, I think.
No, they'd want to
Fire
take
is
it.
impatient.
They'll take it, they'll claim it.
Liberate it.
Right.
Right.
Probably already done. A little bitty, they'll be spreading their rhetoric. Telling people.
And that's another really good point. That's one of the main tools the God King uses, is that propaganda. So if we do the opposite of what he is telling people that we will do, that does half of our job for us. Because then people start to doubt his word. Right? If he's painting the Entente as monsters, as people who can't see reason, who are just going to come in and destroy everything with their magic, we do the opposite. And that is fertilizer for the seed we already planted.
I mean, sure. But good luck convincing these hardened criminals of your resolve, though. I'm sure not many are going to want the peaceful option. But it's all we have.
Yeah.
Well, I think that it's a good motivator for people to join the Entente if they're not already a part of it. And if they join the Entente, maybe they have a chance to strike back.
But it's optional. And I look at Lorkhan now, sternly. You have to be different from the Sworn. You have to be different from the God King.
Where did you find these people, Ty?
Walden. They've been with us. They helped do the Warden thing. They fucked the Dankert mines up as well. Nothing to do with me. They got plans, and they know the inside workings of all this shit. More than we've had for a bit. I trust them. I'd rather run straight at the fucking blockade. Start cutting people. But Tenno says it's a good plan. They know how it hurts. And we, stick a move. Maybe we go with it.
Right.
We've already destroyed one of the primary weapons and armor locations that the Sworn have. Now imagine if you keep cutting off their supplies. You can do a lot of, much more effective attacks.
Right. Yes.
Speaking of supplies, what other supplies does the Empire need? We've cut down their mineral supply. Making weapons are going to be hard. We may have messed up 9 News a little bit. Food is going to be tough for them now. And an army crawls on its belly. What else is there that we can do? We've taken down the prison. So now they're going to have to kill us instead of imprison us, but that's neither here nor there. We have the prisoners here. Is there anything else tactically we can do to hurt them before we go to Evervale, if this is what's happening?
Propaganda. Much as Varsha said.
They've probably
Then-
told Gallfish and every surrounding town that we are coming to destroy Gallfish and everything that they love. So the best thing that we could do is literally fuck off and don't do that. And then every single moment, every single day that passes, they will start to doubt the God King.
Does the Empire have enemies outside of Everville?
I have an immediate reaction of like, of course not. And then I realize that that's probably propaganda and I shut up. And I look to the other people in the group.
I think you would know, Smith, that there is, north above the Spearway, there is a settlement known as Wolfheim. They have never been. They have never bent the knee toward the God King, and they live on their own government. They are a nomadic people who have recently, or have been nomadic, but have recently settled down in the mountains toward the north above the Spearway. And that is sort of like, I guess the best way to, that's sort of like, the Spearway is sort of like beyond the wall. There's a lot of, excuse me, misrepresented towns and nomadic people and things up in that way toward, as they get closer towards the Frostburn. And there are patrols that go toward and go north of the Spearway from the Sworn, but the Sworn have had no luck in liberating anybody north of the Spearway. Spearway is the last and the most and the furthest north that has been liberated, and that was that old mine and cavern and passage through.
I only ask because you mentioned propaganda. And what's a better use of it would be to let the enemies of the Empire know that the Empire has weakened.
You also know that Carantir, which is this southern mountain way down here. I don't know if you'll see it on the map, chat. But there is... Maybe I can. No, you can't. Down this way.
I was wondering.
There is Carantir, which is a large mountain that has been opened up, and you do know that it is an elven empire.
So, there are some others that oppose the God King north of the Spearway and, well, the mountains by Carantir to the west.
Okay. It's just an idea.
It's a good one.
Thank you.
Is it be handing over the kingdom to another fucking emperor?
Listen, we have to be able to share our ideas and then work on them together.
Right, well, here's mine. Questioning all of your ideas.
Good.
Okay. I mean, it's not necessarily giving over the Empire or Everville to the enemy. It's that right now, I haven't heard of these people before because the Empire has been strong. But if they find out it's weakened, maybe there might be pressure. Pressure enough that they'll have their people go outside and leave the inside alone for us to do what we want to do. What we have to do.
Right, or they'll smell blood in the water and they'll fucking come storming in. Open conflict.
It's a good point.
I do not know if I
really is
enjoy relieving the spine over to another empire, says Lorkhan. I feel like the canal is best if it's for the people and not one person. Also, I'd like to live freely, not under the boot of some
Tyrant.
tyrant. He sort of stops his ramble as he starts to realize he's preaching to the choir. So I do not know the best. And this, you do start to see Lorkhan sort of fumble in his confidence when it comes to the strategy here. I would see. I like what you were saying, Tenno, and you, Jet. Yes.
Yes,
Jet.
Jet.
I think splitting our forces, but maybe one towards Wolfheim, one to Carantir. At least. Start the spread, and then find the weak points on the way and do what we do best. Maybe it's not best to cut the head off the snake just yet.
I don't think you'd be able to anyway.
Right.
I know you think that this force is, well, something that can inflict some kind of harm to the Sworn. But it's not. Not if you run headfirst into a wall.
So I think we need to ask. We need to ask the people on board, the prisoners, the ex-prisoners rather, who wants to stay and help. And then we send one ship up. I think we're stronger all together. I think we should regroup, at least for a time. Show them some kindness, teach them how to use the Spellwind. Don't just send them off to potentially die. Because that's how they'll see it, you know. Sending a ship up north that is underprepared. They're just going to see themselves as tools that you're using instead of
Maybe
people
that's what
who
some
want
of
freedom.
them want, though. Maybe we round up all the ones that are tools, send them on a boat with fucking Red Devon.
Okay, fine.
One way. We send another boat full of people who don't want to join. Let them get off somewhere. The rest of us will figure out whatever your fucking tactics are. For a longer plan.
Fine. We will do just that. We will gather information of who would like to do what, and we'll go from there. Yes?
Okay. And then for the meantime, we prepare.
Prepare for a fight?
Just prepare. The storming of the prison took a lot out of many people.
Yes, yes. As the Lorkhan slowly turns toward the map again, his eyes furrow in concentration as Tenno sort of looks at you all.
I nod and then I will back out. I think I'm going to go try to find Sykes now.
Okay.
As we are breaking up, I wait for Mr. Tai to leave, and then I want to approach him about something.
Yeah, I'll follow Varsha.
Okay. I think here, before we have this scene, I think we're going to cut to a break, and then we will open back up here. Okay, so we've been going for a little bit. It's a good time for us to go and do such a thing. So we just let us sort of cool down and strategize and digest, because that was a lot here. We will be right back, everybody. We're just going to go to break for a little bit, and we'll be right back, and we're going to open up on that scene. All right? Don't go anywhere. More Spellwind. Just a second. We join Jet as Jet catches up with Ty right after that scene in the map room as they discussed possible tactics of potentially splitting off of the attack toward the blockade. Still on the longbow.
Mr. Tai, before you leave, I couldn't help but notice your new dagger.
Yeah. You want yours back?
No, but do you know what it can do?
Cut things.
I noticed when I was detecting magic in the area. It's not just a dagger. I've been working over the night to make sure that I could find out for you what it does, what it can do. If you want.
I already know.
All it can do.
Well, maybe. It's cursed or something.
I don't know
Belonged
about
to a kid.
cursed.
Or maybe it didn't belong to a kid, actually.
I don't know about that. All I can do is
But
just
maybe
make
it
sure.
might have belonged to a murderer. I mean, what do you want to do with it? Unclip it and hold it up in front of him, but don't let him touch it.
I don't reach out for it. I say I can find out exactly what it is. This thing is. I can try and identify it.
Alright. Have at it.
Okay. Follow me this way, please, then. And I lead him back to. I guess we're walking over the. Well, actually, I have this stuff on me anyway. So I take him. We're outside on the poop deck. Is that it? The main deck of the boat.
Sure.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, dear.
And I just look for an open space, and I set some equipment down. I have some stands and clamps, and on the clamps stretched out like a tannery is this thin, like a thin leather parchment, like vellum, like a membrane, almost like the membrane of violet, and it's stretched across. I take out a pearl from my inventory and I rub it on the vellum, and then the process takes about 10 minutes to set everything up. And then I ask Ty to, can you use your knife and just press the edge of the knife onto the vellum?
Alright. I do so.
Okay. As the knife connects to the leather membrane, it starts to shimmer. And then DM, I'm trying to identify the dagger, if it's possible at all.
Sure. The dagger, for a moment, I think. I think whispers start to then blow through the air as a as you start to hear like the breeze start to pick up nearby, but then whispers start to then on that breeze start to enter your mind. And the words that you pick up are Clotted Dream Dagger, which you would only assume that it is named as such. And with that, with Clotted Dream, you start to then feel and shudder with dread as the dagger starts to reverberate and ripple with magic, as only you can see in this moment. Your eyes widen as you can start to then piece together, and like the breeze will blow in, and you start to see these arcane artifacts that only you can decipher, and the ripples and drops of arcane energy that drip off of the blade of this seem to signify dark blood magic, an item that was once a benefit for those who wielded. But or you know from learning from the Dankert mines that death to a weapon, or death to a wielder of a weapon who is spellkin in Hearth and in this world, can create magical weaponry. Exploiting the death, or exploiting the Spellwind and the energy of life, you are able to forge weaponry from it. This dagger, however, Clotted Dream, seems to once be a plus, like a master dagger with the fuller of a ruby. Used to serve as a +5 dagger. It was it was a great sharp weapon that only great heroes, or a great hero named Clufus would, a halfling who had it custom made for his assassins back in old age. Time has gone by, but in this new state of Clotted Dream, it seems as if a recent death has created, recent in the last couple of wielders of it, has created what it is now. It will haunt the holder of and the wielder of the dagger. During their dreams, they will remember and recall all the faces of that it has killed. But the benefit is the blade that it used to be still holds a bit of an edge. Not the +5 anymore, meta-wise or mechanics-wise, but +3.
I relay that to Mr. Tai. In my mind, as he presses the dagger against the vellum, I'd like to imagine that everything you said about the dagger kind of inscribes itself on the membrane in like a red for a brief second, and I can read it and nobody else can. Mm-hmm. You know, like how with an Elder Scroll, that kind of effect.
Yes.
And it's gone.
It's like invisible ink, but written in these lacerations, scribe across. And then the wind sort of disperses, and you are left alone back in the reality of the moment.
It's definitely magic. It's cursed, but not in the way that would affect you, at least not physically. But I'm sure you already know what it does to your dreams.
Yeah, do I look like that shit today?
I mean, you strike me as somebody who has, killed a fair few people. But you want to be careful with this thing, because every single person you down with it will become a dream. So, I don't know how much that weighs on you, but maybe hold it for openers and not finishers? Its name is Clouded Dream.
I look it over. I arc it back over my shoulder and I throw it into the sea.
Okay. You look it over one time.
There we go.
It's likely for the best. I feel sorry for whichever fishman picks it up and has bad nightmares, but
Did the fish even dream?
I don't know.
Alright. All your magic in that. You reckon you can get some of the blood stains out of these clothes?
Sure. It will take a day. I think I know just the thing. But I would have to prepare.
Alright. I'm gonna try and find somewhere to have a quick nap then.
All right. Give me a day.
Alright.
Okay. The camera starts to speed up and chase Varsha as she makes her way down the boards of the ship looking for Brother Sykes. In tow is Smith. After moments of searching, you are able to find him. He is holding on to the side of the ship and just has his face in the air, smiling as the wind is sort of blowing through the air. The salted wind of the ocean is blowing his robes a bit as he is just sort of clutching the side of the ship and just enjoying the cool breeze.
Brother?
Ah, yes.
How are you doing?
I'm great. It's been quite an experience being out on the sea. I am not quite, what's the word? I'm not quite as proficient as one would think, being from Crossreek, to know my way around a ship. But I am trying my best where I can.
I just have a couple of questions if you have some time.
Yes, and what is that?
Do you know anything about the academy?
Flaris Academy, yes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I do. I've studied there, actually, back in my youth. But it seems, though, that unfortunately the liberation was. This was before, of course, they done what they had done to it and burn it to the ground. At least that's what they want you to think.
What do you mean? Are you saying it's not burned to the ground?
No, of course not. Of course it isn't. We well. We were able to move it. It's only able to be seen by those who, of course, are meant to see it. Those who have been sought out by the faculty, you see. It's unfortunate, because there are many Spellkin who wish and could have probably benefited from the teachings of the arcane and the weave there. But why do you bring it up?
Well, I thought it would be good if we made a stronghold there. Tried to train some of these ex-prisoners, show them how to use their magic. And if they want to help us, great. But if they don't, at least they know how to use what they have, control what they have.
Well, that is a really wonderful, that is a wonderful idea. The Spellkin, a lot of these prisoners do seem to know their way around the Spellwind itself. There are some who do not, but I'm sure with the proper training we are able to use it. It's not a bad idea. The only thing is, I'm not sure how we would get them there. And I'm not sure if flare race, if I remember, are going to be as, what's the word, so open to such new influx of students. But I'm sure with some convincing, it could be done. It is a fine idea, using the hidden academy as a base of operation is magnificent. The only thing I wish to know is if they are interested in fighting and harboring such criminals and also potentially harboring the future of a war.
And if they don't, I understand. But I don't really... The war is already happening. It's not in the future. It's happening now. And the casualties are us, Spellkin.
Oh, yes.
Some of these criminals, their only crime was being different.
Yes, you do not have to try to convince me. I think this is a fine idea. I'm uncertain about if the academy will be ready for such. It's only one way to find out and know, though, right?
Do you know how to get there?
I believe there is, from what I understand, the only way there now is through Pendulum.
On foot?
No. Pendulum, of course, is... it has been liberated, and in its wake, the people of Flaris were about to have used its ruins to harbor a way to transport to the academy. The only way is through Pendulum. Otherwise, if you were to sail out there, you would not see anything. You would not hit anything. You would not... It would just be open sea. You see, there is a rift that was created, an artificial rift that was sewn upon the mortar of the rubble in Pendulum that is able to warp and distort the realities to then create this pocket dimension where Flaris now sits. But of course it mimics the same, of course, physics and mathematics that we breathe here, you and I both, and everything. He picks up a sleeve for a second that's bundled up near his arm, then he drops it for a moment as he just starts to signify gravity and physicality of the world and how it's been replicated in this dimension where Flaris sits. The only way through is that it would be the gate in Pendulum. Once it has been liberated and burned, it has never been... the Sworn overlook it.
Okay.
I don't know how we'd get the prisoners there unless we...
Ex-prisoners.
Ex-prisoners.
Right. If we, created some kind of diversion, that's it. Take a lot of planning and a lot of effort to move that many people that far, though. Might have to wait, Varsha.
See only where that's safe. But yeah, we might have to wait. Is there any way for you to contact them, brother? Before we take all of these Spelkin refugees all the way there, only to be turned away?
Yes, but I would not be able to do it here.
Okay.
We would need some sort of amplification. There are old locations, old artifacts that have been exploited by the passage of time and also the passage of
Look
life.
at Varsha.
Some of these artifacts are tied to different ley lines and points in the hearth itself that could then use some sort of
I believe the God King calls them sights.
Yes, very well. It could very well be a site like that. If we get to, if
I think we know of one.
Very well. Is it far?
Yes.
Do you know of any others?
I only know them when I come across them. Unfortunately, with the lack of eyesight, I can't really ever remember where they are.
Smith?
Should I make a roll for this one?
Yeah, give me a roll. Dealer's choice.
Got Arcana. Got Investigation.
Yeah, give me Arcana.
At least in terms of proficiency.
25. Yes. Whack, I trust you. You tell me about a site. You can reveal as much as you like or as little as you like, but you know of a site.
We can't go there, Varsha.
Why? Where is it?
It's in Dead Grove.
Dead Grove?
Yeah.
Isn't that right on the foothills of...
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, we can't.
Hmm.
Okay.
That's why I had the reaction that I did when we encountered the other one, I think. The last time I was there, something felt off. I don't know how to describe it, but I heard some of the higher-ups talking about it. Didn't really know what they meant, but voices were a lot louder. I think you were on another assignment. At the time.
I pretty much sat on the bench until you...
Yeah. Well, it's too dangerous. We can't go there.
Can we rent caravans, maybe?
And smuggle the people in.
Yeah.
I
Pretend to be
suppose
some traveling troupe or something like that. Merchants.
Anything's possible, but I don't know if we can disguise that many people.
Not into Dead Grove, but Pendulum.
I think Pendulum's a little bit easier for us to get into. Well, a lot easier for us to get into. That doesn't mean that it's going to be easy. Making a trek across, well, several of the places that you want to avoid, frankly.
I know.
But I think you're right. It is a good place for us to set up some kind of base. One that will be better defended than Gallfish. Brother Sykes. If I
Yes.
tell you where another site is, how can I trust you?
It's a great question. What would you be worried about? In what context would you not trust me?
Well, the Sworn caught you before. What's to say they won't catch you again? If I give you the location of the site and you reach out to Flare Ice.
Oh yes, I think I understand what you mean. If I was to, if something was to go awry, and the reality that we do face would be the one where I would be taken in and interrogated, mostly potentially even tortured, then would I let squeal what has happened?
Yes.
Well, no, I wouldn't do that. But there is a reality where it could be a possibility. But the only thing I know is I do not plan to. And if that is something that you are worried about, then it's best that you assure that I don't get caught. Because I would like to make that promise, and I would like for you to trust me.
All right.
But it
Wait
is hard.
here,
Yeah,
Varsha.
very well.
Yeah.
We need to talk.
Okay. Thank you, brother.
Yes.
Gonna step away from Brother Sykes.
Mm-hmm.
Start to motion Varsha to follow.
I do. No. No. You are not going alone.
Wouldn't be just me. I take Brother Sykes. Site 6.
Yeah, I know. On a griffin. No. That's... Everyone is looking for you.
Right.
You specifically.
There's no other way we're going to communicate with them, Varsha. If we go in a large group, they're going to find us.
We have to go in a large group to get Pendulum anyway. That's the only way there. So let's say you go all the way to the site. He communicates. They say, yeah, come on down. We'd have to march down there anyway. At this point, we better just stick together and show up on their doorstep and hope they'll take us.
All right.
I appreciate your willingness to do that, but too dangerous.
We're still going to have to find a place to land.
I wish there was some way through the spine.
Well, let's just stick to the plan first, then. Let's figure out how many supplies we have, how long of a trip we can make. That'll determine how far we can go either way.
Yeah.
Once we know our range, then we'll make a choice.
Yeah, okay.
We'll make landfall. We'll figure out if we can find some supplies for people. Allow us to travel. And then maybe we'll try to pretend to be a caravan or a troop or something.
Yeah, okay. Sell the ships, maybe. Use that money to buy more ships or supplies.
Varsha, I don't know how many more of these sites there are. But I don't like it. It's been bothering me for some time.
That they exist, or...
You saw what happened at Site 6. They are sites of, according to Brother Sykes, strong concentrations of Spellwind. Magic. God King knows about them. I don't know what. But we've definitely been securing as many as we can, whether we know it or not. I would bet that most of the other sites that have been liberated have a site.
Yeah. Which means... What else has been liberated on the map?
Can we see that, GM?
What other sites have been liberated on the map?
9U.
Yeah, what other cities have been liberated? We know 9U's has.
And that's Site 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are the other 5?
Oh, okay, can't see. So, well, you do know that there's one in Dead Grove.
Yeah.
You do know that there's one in 9U's.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to...
Pendulum was liberated.
Pendulum.
And if we go off the suspicion, there
Yeah.
might be one in Pendulum. Maybe that's how they managed the whole rift thing.
Yeah, but what else? Because this might be what we hit later. We might take these cities back.
Oh boy, make me a... Oh, what is this going to be? Make me...
Now, I don't think we're trying to figure out if each one has a site. We're just trying to figure out if this is a possibility right now.
Right.
So we're just saying which ones have been liberated.
Dead Grove, 9U's. You just heard about Pendulum. as far as sites go. Those are your
Now,
specific
Dan-
theories of
now
sites.
I just want to clarify here. We just mean which cities have been liberated, not necessarily
Okay, not sites.
have
Okay.
sites.
All right.
These are the ones we know of.
You know of. Thank you for clarifying. I
Now,
think I have
Dankert
these.
was liberated, right?
Yeah, I think I have these on it.
Dankirk was liberated, but I think that's because they wanted to use the mine, not necessarily because it's a site.
Mm.
Oh, wow. Okay. And Stormford, that makes sense to me because we were looking for something. It makes total sense that they would use that for a prison. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
These are not necessarily sites. These are
I know.
These are
liberated
just places that have
We're-
been liberated.
Yep.
Yeah.
In character, we're going based off of a
Yep.
suspicion that they're
Mhm.
liberating the sites as much as possible.
Great.
Okay,
But
so
yeah, these are your.
Dankirk.
This is what you know, just in common knowledge, that
Mhm.
that is Evervale the Evervalian kingdom has liberated or has the that has Benthany.
Mm. So I'll sort of point on the map and
Yeah.
now
And both of you together would know this information. I mean, it's common knowledge to know which towns and cities are your allies and which ones.
and Pendulum as well is added to this, right? Pendulum was also liberated.
Yes. Pendulum has been liberated. Thank you. Because it's
So
in the story. Okay, let's do this.
now we don't know if each of these places is a site, but it could be part or most of the reason that they were liberated, aside from any other strategic value that they might have. It's something that I've been thinking about for quite a while now.
I still need to have that wacky weird check.
Sure.
Make me Arcana checks. Or it could, yeah, all right. I think it's
Another 25.
25. Yep. And you, Varsha, as well.
Which check?
Arcana.
12.
With a 25, is Arcana based off of intelligence?
Yes.
Okay, great. So that works here. So with the 25, you did hear mention about ley lines from Brother Sykes. And in this moment,
Oh my God, you're right.
you're starting to see, as you look through, or as you look at the map, that there is starting to be a line, or at least the constellation of Evervale, Deadgrove, Nine Use, and Pendulum. There's a very good chance that
There's probably
Evervale
some kind of ley line.
is also a site.
Evervale, Dead Grove, Nine Use, Pendulum.
So we go to Pendulum. Either way, that's where we need to go. The question is, do we risk going to like Wyvern and then to Trader's Reach? Or do we go all the way west and wait?
Let's find out what supplies we have, then we know what we can do.
Yeah, okay.
And we'll go from there.
This is good.
Yeah.
It's really good. And I'm going to go try to find our crew,
Okay.
Jet and Ty.
Sure.
We turned in for the night, I think.
Okay. Fuck, in which case I think I will... On this ship, though, right? You didn't go back?
Yeah, you still on the longbow?
That's a good question. I think we waited.
I probably
to
found
turn
a corner somewhere,
Okay.
Okay.
and I'm having a brief nap because I didn't sleep the night before. Like
Okay.
I still have the exhausted status and shit. I'm not trying to clear that myth. I'm just, you know, he will be fucking super tired and he's yeeted that knife, and we'll try and take a nap somewhere. So I don't know if that's in the like the hole somewhere, or if there is a dedicated place that you can find, but would have.
Yeah, you could find his place.
Wonderful.
Yeah, you could find a place.
Yeah. It would be on that ship, yeah.
So yeah, similar. I'm somewhere there with my
Right.
tools, working on something for Ty.
So you're both awake. So Ty's sleeping, but you're awake, Chet?
Yes.
Okay. Then I will knock on the door.
Oh, wait, where do you think you're going, eh? Yeah, and
A grubby hand lands on the door.
hey there, Varsha. How
Hey,
have you been? It's,
good. How are
Captain
you?
Buddick says he just sort of
Yeah.
waltzes his way into...
so, tell me about it. How did it all go? Hello, Smith.
It was crazy.
Yeah,
We liberated a lot of people, as you can see.
yeah, it's impressive stuff.
Lost some, but
Yeah, well, that happened.
I think overall we did the best that we could.
Yeah,
It was good. I wish I could have burned the place down, though.
yeah, me too. But,
Yeah.
you know,
Next time.
next time, that's a spirit. Next time we'll get him. Right, all right, well, I'll let you off here. And
He pats you on the shoulder for a moment, and then he just sort of does this weird swim move as he tries, excuse me, pardon me, as he makes his way through and just pushes past you, Smith, as he barely fits down this corridor.
right, yeah, excuse me. Here we are. All right, here we go.
Well, that's quite the change from when he hated me. Okay, right.
Is
And I
that a
knock
good
on the
thing or a bad thing?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, the change.
Well, it's a good thing we're all on the same side.
All right.
I'll knock on the door.
Hey, hello?
Hey, do you have a second?
Yes.
I look around and then like dart in.
Okay.
So I talked to Brother Sykes. Is he sleeping?
Brother Sykes?
No, I'm pointing to Ty, right? Or are you guys not together?
I guess. He's sleeping in the corner over there.
Yeah, okay.
I'm here. There are a
But
couple
I
other
imagine
people.
that he is sleeping either standing, like he's maybe got his arm. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brad, but I feel like he's almost always looks like he could just be
Awake.
standing with his
Yeah.
eyes closed or awake. So,
He's
Also-
tattooed his eyelids.
yeah, I imagine
With
he's
eyes.
just like arms
Immediately
crossed.
wake up.
Oh, okay, yeah. You're
As
okay.
soon as you say, is he
asleep?
sleeping? I just
Yeah.
wake. I am there,
Yeah, okay.
present, lighting a cigarette.
Oh,
What?
so I talked to Brother Sykes, and guess who was a student and knows how to get there? To the academy. Yeah.
Right, and that is verifiably true, or it's just something he said.
That's a very good point. It's just something he said, but I believe him.
Okay.
I don't
So
know
we're
if
gonna-
he's got any reason to lie.
Yeah, but we're not going there, so why does it matter?
But I'm saying we should.
Why?
It's the perfect place to hide. It's the perfect place to regroup. It's the perfect place to... It's in a pocket dimension. They'll never be
God
able
is
to get
that?
there. I don't know. And I start and I do this so poorly because I'm trying to repeat what Brother Sykes said, and I'm messing it up a bit, and I'm using things improperly, but I'm doing the thing where I'm
just,
like trying to show them.
Small interjection, rift,
Yeah. Oh,
sights. You know, there's just like little interjections that Smith is making when she's talking.
and he's correcting me. Yeah, yeah. But I think if we check our supplies and we can still head down here, but if there's a chance that we could maybe, I don't know, buy some wagons, pretend to be a caravan, get to Pendulum. They never check there because it's abandoned and deserted and destroyed. So once we get to Pendulum, we could maybe get to this academy. It's the perfect place to hide.
All right.
If they'll take us.
We weren't there no more.
What?
This academy.
Yeah.
Destroyed. or
Oh,
not.
no, apparently it's not. According to Brother Sykes. They've hidden it. They moved it.
So that means
I've heard
that
as
it's
much
what?
myself before.
Wait, you
Another
have?
Sworn stronghold.
Yes. My parents knew things.
And is
Well-
it a sworn stronghold?
No.
No.
They teach Spellkin how to use their magic.
It wasn't liberated.
No, I guess it's just more propaganda. Maybe it used to be a Pendulum and then they moved it.
We're just going to trust Brother Sykes, take however many Entente all the way over to Pendulum, somehow get into Pendulum, figure out how to get into a fucking pocket dimension, wander in and overtake a fucking school.
No, we're not going to overtake it. We're not going to use brute force. We're not
You don't think Lorkhan's going to overtake the fucking school?
going to overtake a school.
Practically overtook Galfish from the underground.
Okay, well, we're going to ask them to help us. And if they don't want to help us, then we will leave.
If it's a school, are they not all kids?
I don't know. Anything I've ever heard about this place is just propaganda. We can't trust anything I know about it. And I know it sounds crazy.
Oh, it sounds
But
like you
I-
want to go and pluck a bunch of kids out of school.
No,
conscript them into this fucking war.
I don't want to conscript anyone. We don't even
Why
have
the
to
fuck
use
do we
the
need to go
school
there? Why are we going there?
because it's in a pocket dimension and the Sworn will never look for us there. And we can learn. We can be students too.
Here's what I say we do instead. We fucking go there. Find out what it is first. Or we roll the whole fucking Entente over.
On the Griffins, you mean?
I don't care how the fuck we get there. We park this lot
We
off
need
somewhere
Brother
else.
Sykes as well, but it's not a bad idea, Varsha.
That's really good. That's not even not a bad idea. That's a fantastic idea, Ty. That's great. Yes.
This is going to suck. And I hold the back of my belt. Flying by Talon isn't the best.
Maybe we can see if there's like a leather worker or something here. Maybe we can get a second saddle or something before we take
Maybe a
such a
little
long.
baby chair we can.
Baby,
You know, even like a little basket. Something better than.
I think
This
I'll
is-
just fly by Talon.
Okay, well,
You wouldn't be able to make that trek in
yeah,
Talon.
it's a long ride,
Okay.
especially if
Basket
you want
it
to
is.
not.
You might not
Okay.
be able to take the Griffins that far.
You don't think so?
No.
Why not?
Well, carrying 3 people? Griffin can barely carry 2.
I mean, we could land frequently.
Yeah.
Or we can just fucking hire
would be the
horses or a fucking cart of our own or something.
Yeah.
mean,
we get as far
Fucking
as we
hoof it.
can.
We can walk basically as far as 9 isn't it? Pendulum.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, we are so
matter.
close.
As long as we get over the blockade, it doesn't matter after. We don't have to fly the whole way.
Well,
We don't even have to fly towards the blockade. We can fly to.
Trade
we
as
can
reach
fly.
even.
Yeah. We can hide behind the mountain of High Hollow, fly along that way, then hit Trader's Reach and go to Pendulum. Just fly along the coast.
Ty. Your swords. Falcata and the scimitar.
Yeah, they're gone. Tenno's got the fuck one. Falcata went in the sea.
Uh-huh. Got anything else?
A glance at Varsha.
There are 100
That
people on
ruby
this ship.
dagger I picked up's also in the sea now.
What?
Bad news. Yeah, it's sort of
You threw it away?
well, it's sort of cursed. It is.
Okay.
Jet had a look at it.
I smile ever so slightly because I know that he did not want to have Jet look at it. So the fact that he did, progress.
So I'm deaf with this. I brandished the returning dagger that Jet gave me, and then maybe I guess I wouldn't have it on me, but I point to like a short bow in the corner, and that I'll pinch something else on the way though.
All right.
Okay, I'm sure someone here has something we can. But
Next
Steven.
I need
time,
all the weapons they do.
next
I'm
time,
sick of
save
them.
it and I'll fix it.
Yeah.
In hindsight, I could have made that a returning dagger.
Throw it off into the sea, it comes back.
I mean, it would have been +4 instead of +3 as well. Anyway, I was muttering.
Okay. I think
All right.
I'll go tell Tenno, I guess.
Right.
Do I mind if I fucking have a little kip or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, of
We're
course.
gonna have to find out what our supply situation is after everybody gets some rest, and then we'll see where we can land these ships.
Okay.
Okay. I'll need to get a new crossbow from somebody on this ship, because mine is broken.
Yeah, can do.
I can fix it.
I just reach it, I give it, if you could please.
Give it here.
Alright. Hand it over.
What the hell did you do to this thing?
Yes.
All right.
The mangled bow or the crossbow that is passed toward you. The bow, part of it, one side, the left side, hangs a little bit shorter toward the bow. It's not a symmetrical arc at all anymore, signifying that it has been weakened structurally on the left side.
This needs a new. I'm gonna have to reforge this piece.
Yes.
Right before I leave, I'm assuming Ty is back to his pretending to be sleeping position. And I don't know if he's sleeping or awake. I hope he's awake. But I just say, really good idea, Ty. Really good. And then I walk out.
I return to what I was doing before. There are a few long wooden frames that I had picked up from around the ship, and I begin just tinkering with it, and I go to bed.
I think before I walk off, I just look at Jet, getting things together. And I'll say, you did good work helping all those people.
Thank you. I go back to my work. You too.
We'll see.
Varsha, you make your way toward finding Tenno.
Yes.
Tenno is on the
Is
ship.
he with Lorkhan?
He is with Lorkhan, trying to. They seem to be arguing about where they should go next, whether or not they should
Ooh, okay.
split, whether or not they should go south, or whether or not they should go to Carantir. But you come in the middle of not an argument, but a debate on where to where to go next. They both are dropping their opinions on where to next, but it doesn't seem like Lorkhan is budging, but he's not as stern and as he's not as stern and stubborn as he was before. He is listening at least, which is a good sign.
Okay.
Sure, which way you want us to go? South.
I rap on the door. Or the wall or whatever, just so they know I'm there.
Get that if you can. And, Tenno makes his way over to the door. Yes, yeah. Oh,
Hi.
yeah. Come on in. We're just
Thank
talking
you.
about which to. We're gonna go south or.
So I have some
west.
news.
Very well. What is it?
The school still exists. It wasn't destroyed. Maybe they'll take refugees, and someone knows how to get there.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And my humble opinion is that this is the best thing that could happen for the Resistance.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, I'm not exactly sure if we are in any sort of condition to make it past.
We aren't. Ty suggested that 4 of us go with the Griffins and make sure that the information is solid. And if it is, then we worry about getting everybody there. If they'll take us.
Right. And then what are we to do with the ships until then? Just stay here?
No, they'll come looking in this area.
Of course they would.
I think you take the ships where we were originally planning. Rest, recuperate, and then slowly make your way through Willow Lock, maybe to Clover Blossom, and you wait there until you receive word from us.
You want to make your way. You want to make our way towards Eftoki, and then
Is that
down.
where that is? Yeah, sort of. But you see this little river mouth here?
Yes.
That's where I would go,
Okay.
assuming we have the supplies. By the time they're going to be looking at Galfish, High Hollow, by the time they figure out that we didn't go to any of those and we're not following the plan of, attacking Galfish again, you'll already be there and moved.
The only thing I worry about is if we're on the shore, we're probably going to be at least sought for.
Not that far, though.
Yeah. I wouldn't put it past them, but I mean, it's an idea.
I mean, the other option is you go, maybe you could go to a city, sell the boats. But I
The
think
best
to
way
be
for us to sell the boats would be at Trader's Reach, and I don't think that is any way we're going to be able to do that. I mean, we could maybe sell them in Wyvern, but that doesn't make
that's
too close.
I think that's too close. I think you go past Boar's Cliff and you burn the boats.
Burn the boats.
Yeah. Let them sink into the sea once everybody's on shore.
the captain's going to have a hard time. You're going to have a hard time convincing the captain to burn the longbow.
I understand that. I'm just saying that that's what I think is the safest. If he doesn't want to do it and we can't convince him, okay, it's his boat. But there will be other boats.
Right. Well, we'll make our way west. We'll make our way towards the west. We'll see how it goes as we go. I believe that is probably... I don't know how much supplies we have. Well, Lorkhan, we've already mentioned. We know how to survive. You do as well. Right. The winds, Spellwinds, of course. We'll see what we
The
can do.
question is, how do we reach you? How do we get into contact you once we find the information? We can come back? Are we going to meet somewhere specific? Or is there another way that Ty can get you the information? I don't expect you to tell me. But
Yes.
as long as he knows a way to contact you, that's all that matters.
Of course. You see as Lorkhan turns away from the conversation while you're still speaking, he says, of course, to the empty room behind him as he makes his way over towards a cupboard. He opens it up, and you see there's a bunch of books and things. There's an old, partially melted candle, and it looks like an old wooden bowl with looks like to be flies seem to scatter from an old bone. It doesn't look like this cabinet has been used often, and if it is, it's probably sloppily thrown back together by Captain Buttocks. But as he's over there for a moment, he takes these two spherical objects that seem to be holding some of the books from standing upright, as if they were bookends. And he takes them both, and the books slump over. He closes the cupboard. He makes his way over, and he holds the two of them in one hand. This is Lorkhan, as he then passes one of these smooth, spherical rocks towards your hand. We can use these.
Okay. Do they work any distance?
Yes.
Okay. How do they work?
Speak into it, and the holder, which will be me, will be able to hear
Okay.
what it is you're saying.
Is it limited?
Like this. No.
Okay.
Shouldn't
No.
be, as long as it's, of course, on the same plane.
So probably not from the pocket dimension then. Okay. Oh yeah,
Unlikely.
by the way, the school is in a pocket dimension, which means it's like going to be impossible to find. It's perfect.
Lorkhan looks over towards Tenno, and Tenno sort of raises his eyebrows in like agreement, sort of like a, see, I told you, as Lorkhan. Good. So we'll make our way towards the west, and we'll see what goes on there. And you will be taking a griffin.
2 griffins.
2 griffins.
And we're going to go on ahead and see if it's real.
Pendulum.
Yeah.
Great. All right.
Okay.
And you see he starts to then, Lorkhan leaves you both in the captain's quarters again, once Captain Buttocks' quarters, and leaves you with that large map hanging on the wall as he leaves the scene and makes his way over. As you sort of look behind you, and as he makes his exit, he calls over the flag bearer and starts to then talk to him for a moment, and the flag bearer unravels some flags and then starts to then signal toward some of the other ships. Who's going with you?
Smith, Ty, Jet, and one other.
You trust
Brother
him?
Sykes. Yes, I do.
Smith.
This was Ty's idea. Oh, Smith. Do I trust Smith? Yes, I do.
You know, he was there when I was taken in, right?
He took me in. People can change.
Okay, yeah, right.
Are you okay?
I don't know where Trey is. I haven't seen him since they took me in. I haven't heard anything.
Where was he last?
At the homestead. That's all I know. They've never told me anything. They don't tell me if he's okay. They don't tell me. I'm just worried they got him. So it's just been something it's just been something that's been on my mind since
No.
for a bit.
What about your daughter? Is she okay?
I don't know.
Do you want me to stop by High Hollow and check?
Yes. That would be... Yes, if you can.
Okay.
And... I don't know. I just don't understand why Lorkhan kept thinking that I knew a plan.
Do you think maybe you did have a plan and then they took it from you? You know? Got in here.
Right. That would explain a lot.
Yeah. It's either that or they were communicating with Lorkhan the entire time. But I think it's probably the former. Do you remember anything of what they did to you down there?
I remember waking up for a moment and there being there was a moment when I was awake. A lot of my time down there, I feel like I was dreaming or I was just asleep. But they woke me up for a moment and said that they had somebody that I should meet. And then I met her.
The Queen?
Yeah. I couldn't say anything. I had the collar still on. I don't know what that was about, but I couldn't speak, and just my grunts were enough as she sort of stroked like my head, my hair a bit. It was very comforting, and I was able to, for a moment, just forget about the anxieties and the troubles that I had, and being where I was, and it was me and her, and it was great for the moment. But I then remember just passing out again. And then from there, now that I think about it, since then she's been in my dreams.
Doing what?
I don't know. Have you ever been in a dream where it feels like there's a third
Yes.
party? Like that mysterious stranger that is just there watching, that third party? It sort of felt like that. If I was to identify or put a face to that feeling, it would be her. There were times where when I would see Lorkhan in my dreams. But I also feel like when I think about it now, and with this context, of course, she's also there. But she doesn't look like her, though. It was weird. It's just, but I identify what I saw with her.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe they did take something from me, or God.
Do you think she's scrying? Is it similar to scrying magic?
Now, do you
Or they
think
get
if she's crying now?
in your dreams? Do you think she's going to be able to know everything I just told you? My hand moves to the hilt of my sword, and I am so sorry.
Oh no. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. He sort of just there's a moment where he's horrified. He steps back and he runs into, or he bumps into the edge of the bed where Buttocks sleeps, and he just falls, and he covers his mouth in panic as he sort of reels in this conundrum. Make me an Arcana.
Five. I sit down. And I put my head in my hands, and I don't touch my sword anymore, and I am very upset. What do we do?
I just won't sleep. I won't sleep. I've only seen her in my dreams.
Yeah, how long
I'll
is
just
that going to last?
I'll just stay awake. I've already spent the last 2 nights awake.
Come with me. And I'm going to go try to find Brother Sykes again.
Okay.
I know everyone thinks he's insane, but I think he might be able to help. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. You after some searching, you do find Brother Sykes. He is getting ready for bed.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry.
As he does have slippers on. Is it just like that?
Of course he
that
does.
old man getting ready for bed. As you sort of open up the door. Yeah. Yes.
I'm so sorry. I promise I won't only ever knock on your door for questions, but I do have some more if you have some time.
Well, I was just going to. I have nothing planned except for rest, so please come in.
Yep. I come in and I close. I bring Tenno in, and
Tenno's silent.
can you describe to him what you described to me? Tenno, this is Brother Sykes. Sykes, this is Tenno.
Hi. Good to meet you. Can I help with something? Yeah. So I was taken in to the Stormford. Yes. Yeah. I was taken into Stormford, and they held me down. I had a collar on, and I was asleep for most of the time. And during that time, I woke up to meet the Queen, the loving Queen, and since then, she's been in my dreams. But never really like in my dreams as the subject, but always there sort of just as that onlooker. Oh. Okay, so you are, and what's the question?
Is that scrying magic? Is it possible that she is visiting him in this dream? Is there a way to double check? Is there a way to remove it? Is there a way to confirm what's been done to him?
Well, I. Well, if the. Well, the only real way is to figure this out is if we would need to, of course, sleep and we would have to somehow figure out if you are being affected inside this reverie, but I'm unsure of how we would be able to do that because that is beyond my skill. I do not. I do not. My mastery is in the possibilities of what could happen, not necessarily the fantasies of what didn't or could or should.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking right now. It's possible that she will enter your dream tonight and know everything that I have told you thus far, including all of the plans. We cannot have that happen. So you either cannot sleep or you die. That is it. Those are our only options, correct?
It's quite a...
Sorry, I'm talking to Tenno.
Yes.
Sorry.
It's... I guess I won't
Okay.
sleep. I don't have to sleep.
Okay. Is there a way that we can help you not sleep? Magically. Do you think Jack can do something?
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. I'll do my best. I'll stay awake. I'll work. It's...
Okay. So if we are not going with the death option, which is preferred for obvious reasons, and we're trying to keep you awake, can we take what I just told you from you? And Sykes, can you do that? Or is that possible?
That could be possible, yes, but once again, that is not a part of my my portfolio of things I am able to do. But I'm sure there is someone somewhere who can.
Okay. Maybe we can maybe there's a spell that can induce a particular type of dream or something. Or maybe you can rest without dreaming.
I'm so sorry. Is there any other questions, or I'm just...
No. Yeah, of course. Thank you again,
very
brother.
Sorry. Yes, of course.
No, it's okay.
Wish I could be more of help.
Oh, you will be. We'll come by in the morning. We're going to take a trip.
All right.
Okay. Good night.
Good night. And you sort of leave with Tenno.
Yeah.
And Tenno sort of looks at you and says, I guess I'm going to go get to work. I guess. And then he starts to take off his robe a bit. He starts to, and you start to see after a moment he has it over his arm. He starts to shiver. I think this is the best way for me to stay awake.
Okay.
Go get some rest.
And I walk away wondering if I just made a very large mistake. But I cannot kill Tenno, so...
Okay. The camera stays on Tenno as Tenno sort of saunters off toward the front of the ship with his quilted robe in over his arm as he's shivering a bit. He breathes, and for a moment you see the condensation, or the camera picks up on the condensation, indicating the cold weather that is. It is a gripping cold, at least it is here at night, or at least when Jilun isn't present. The darkness comes with the wet fog, and the wet fog comes that gripping cold as we just are here for a moment as Tenno looks out towards the other ships that are starting to then move. as he then looks around anxiously, tries to stay awake. His eyes slowly start to fall heavily. And then he takes a deep breath of the cold air and looks back at where Varsha had gone, and then back towards the sea, and winces a moment. As the camera fades. And that is going to be episode, what is this, 21? Are we on 21?
Holy fuck.
Is that what we're on right now?
Already?
I think we are, right? Are we on 21? That's going to be our episode for today. We're going to wrap it there. But wowie, that was, what is this button? And wowie, that was a lot of fun. Thank you, everybody. We are going to go around and we're going to talk about ourselves and where you could find us and things like that. I am still trying to just... A lot happened today. A lot of potential arcs could have gone in different directions. I'm still recovering from Brad throwing the dagger in the sea.
I'm so sorry if that was a whole storyline or if that was the fucking key to get in or anything.
Nah, nope, that wasn't it. Why would I, as a GM, an experienced dungeon master, put all of the
hopes and dreams into one item,
into one cursed object? Why would I do that? I would never do such a thing.
Listen, I was like, oh, that I know what this knife now completely represents to Ty. Throw it in the sea.
Yep.
You
right.
know?
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
like, I am this knife, just a deadly tool filled with the faces of people I've killed. Throw it in the sea.
Right. It was a great choice.
I am honestly expecting to wake up and it's in my pocket, but we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see.
But I was like, oh, fuck, I gotta throw it away. It killed me,
It was
man.
awesome.
You were like, it's a potentially a +5 because I've been using it as a +1. I got it as a +1. You're like, it's a +3, and I was like, really?
Now that it's been identified, yeah. So
Potentially +4 if I make that a returning dagger for you.
Look at that.
Too late?
Wait, is the returning dagger a +1?
Yeah.
Oh, this whole time. Son of a bitch.
son of a bitch. Well, we're gonna go around and we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna talk about stuff. Let's start with Brad today. Brad.
Hello there. I am Brad. That was a fun one. It was nice to kind of because I was still exhausted at the beginning of this to just kind of play the one character who wasn't even like, it was just like, fuck it, let's fucking go and kill everyone. Put in front of Uncle Lorkhan was still kind of like a little like, and then the knife was interesting. I've got a lot of thoughts and things going on with Ty and conflicts internally with him, so we'll see how they
Where the story
work
goes
out.
is also where a tie goes, but there's also going to be how the story develops is going to also greatly develop tie, and I'm excited to see that.
But yeah, we've spoken about some stuff, and I don't know what
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff that I think will could really affect him in the next now in this episode as well as in the next couple. But yeah, this was fun. I really enjoyed the large scale planning stuff. You don't get to see a lot of stuff like that.
Right.
And we're potentially going to find our Suikoden castle. I know me and PB had the exact same thought, but this feels like in Suikoden you build up an army and it gets bigger and bigger, and then you find a little castle, and then you start to do some large scale stuff, which I don't envy you doing. I'm very scared of running shit like that. So good luck and well done so far.
Very excited.
It's been very fun. And that's it, man. I am currently streaming Horizon Zero Dawn on my channel. And there is no mist light tomorrow. The mist has eaten my legs. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Well, that's that. The Wist is going to be in the Wild West, probably.
Surely.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Brad. Go follow Brad on all the things. Brad's awesome and does a great job with Mistlight. Please go watch. And PB, you're next. I'm really bad
Hello.
at segues
Hello,
today.
hi, I'm Pumpkinberry. You can find me at Twitch at Pumpkinberry. That was insane. Can I just talk about that for a second?
Yes.
Where I had a moment where I was like, he's got to fucking die. That's Tenno, and
That was
I'm
awesome.
losing my mind.
That was awesome.
It's
Yeah.
a good thing that Smith was not there.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
I
gonna
know.
say.
I know. So what
Yeah.
my immediate thought after that moment was like, oh my God, like, but also not necessarily that she would immediately do it, but like hopefully they both know what would need to be done in that sort of situation. But also I think this is the Smith and Ty influence on her being like, well, you know, it's for the greater good, and
Right.
you cannot take a risk on all of these lives. Yeah,
Right.
it was just fucking horrific. But also, we don't even know if it's true or not. So you could potentially kill
Right.
him for nothing. Yeah, it was just
Yeah, it was awesome.
A lot.
It was
Yeah.
really,
It
really
was too
awesome.
much.
Yeah.
The greater
much for me.
good.
Yeah, it was so good.
supposedly the greater good. In her mind, it's the greater
That's
good.
like that
so.
seems to be a solid theme in this show. The greater good.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
always extremely fun to explore.
How far does that
true.
greater good reach?
Yeah.
You know?
And I think probably after some time and that immediate panic is gone, she'll be able to think like, okay, maybe we can use this to our advantage rather than just thinking he'll be leaking the information. Depends on how much control he has in his dream, right? There's just too many variables, I think, for her to.
It's got to
for
teach
her
her
to know for
lucid
sure.
dreaming.
Yep.
And then
mhm.
and just like, hey, look at your hands and get her out of there. That's it.
Yep.
That's all you
Exactly.
got to do, apparently. But yeah, that was awesome. Thank you
Yep.
so much for that sweet offer about the Tenno thing, because that was sick. I was like, yes, that's sweet. So that was really cool. We'll see if it does mean something or if it doesn't. We'll have to see what goes on there
Yeah.
and how the world and the story reacts to that. But that was super cool. So thank you for that. And yeah, it was really, really a lot of fun.
Also, sorry for making you constantly switch between NPCs in
I love
that
it.
one scene where
Yeah,
you were
very
talking
normal.
to yourself. I was like, oh no.
Not you, I'm talking to Tenno. Oh,
I
sorry.
wish you should have gone out and got
I
another
felt
one.
really badly.
It's been like I'm just grabbing butter.
I know.
Yeah, that would have been real
Yeah.
great. I would have
Bring
loved
him
it.
in.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that was a lot of fun. Yeah, thank you, because that was
Yeah.
fun and interesting for me to do, and I really liked it. Meyer, say something.
Hello. My name is Meyer. I played Jet today. Thank you for watching, everybody. Today was really cool. Got to do more spell stuff. I've been trying to think about how to do identify as Jet for a while. Having that like a stretched like piece of like thin leather thing was a cool idea, I guess.
It was a cool
I've-
idea.
Oh, thank you.
Cool.
I've now got to think about how to do prestidigitation now because I've been asked by somebody, hey, can you clean my clothes? Sure, because I have a free cantrip slot. So
You just make soap.
Actually,
You just
I
make
will
soap.
have
That's
you
how you
know-
do
it
it.
is.
It's your
Yeah,
little
I thought that's what you were going to
soapy
do. By the way,
mage
I thought you
hand
took it.
just
I thought
does
you
it.
took it literally when I did. Literally was like, "Hey, can you do prestidigitation on my clothing?" And
I did,
And then you
and
were like, "I can go and wash your clothes manually."
no, no. Jet was like, oh yeah, okay, I know just the thing because I have a spare cantrip slot because I destroyed my firebolt. So in the morning
Right.
I'll be able to do it.
Right.
Well, actually, I'll have if it pleases the court, I'd like to show my working. DM,
Okay,
do you mind?
you're working.
Please.
This is.
Should we get the lawyer on the phone?
It was my way to show Jet that I actually fully trust him after giving him the option to look at the knife, and then also I literally said, "Can you help me clean the blood out of these clothes?"
Yep.
Like, you know, like it's like I really think Ty is
Yeah.
starting to have an existential crisis, and he's like, "I can't lump this
Help
all
me.
on Varsha."
Help me. Yeah.
I want Jet to help me, and he stood up for Smith in the
Yeah,
when
I
we
noticed
first went
that
into
too.
the thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, that I think was my little turning moment episode a little bit for Ty, in that he kind of took just a little step back and leaned into these guys
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
so than just kind of the free fall that has been the Entente since he was a kid.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's awesome. It was really, really,
Yeah.
really great.
Yeah, I've got some cool ideas for some more support spells. But yeah, otherwise,
And now yesterday, prestidigitation, he probably had a great idea in his head.
I do.
I'm like,
But
can you take the washing up? One.
You'll find out next week on Jed Washes Clothes. But my name is Mike.
Need his
I'm
name on a laundry detergent.
Jet Wash
detergent.
Soap.
Yeah, detergent spelled with a J.
Jet out.
But you can find me on twitch.tv/Meyer, where I do a bunch of roleplay stuff. We've been kind of leading heavily onto like the wild RP thing. Although I'm also looking for more variety of things to play. I play a bunch of Star Citizen, but we're currently in January, and the next big patch is like on March. So I'm trying to like diversify, so I, like have a stream still. So yeah, like I'm gonna be on doing. It's just the painful truth, whack. And
Handle the truth.
But yeah, we're doing wild RP stuff because like right now I have like 2 streams, one in the afternoon, which is getting later and later as I stay up later and later to do my second stream, because I think now I'm ending at 6 a.m. playing wild RP.
Whoops.
Yeah, that's the thing. But yeah, we'll be on today. There's a cool little story thing we're doing today as well. You can catch that on a whole bunch of channels, including mathematics. But first, it's whack, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, good save.
Wax channel.
Yeah, please go follow me on twitch.tv/MYRE, where you
I was
can
like,
watch me.
he said, please go follow me? This is weird. I should have known.
Yeah, go follow me on twitch.tv/MYRE, where you can watch me do all kinds of great roleplay stuff over there. Go watch it. It's amazing. Otherwise, I'm normally the DM or GM of Doom here on Table Story, and I think you did a great job today, Myth. It's so today's one of those transitional episodes where you're just like, what do I have to prepare?
This is all on you. Please fill it with my ideas.
Yeah.
Fill it with ideas.
Just
so
start
I can,
spilling out all your plans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, so that I can
now,
prepare.
Yeah.
Fill
So
my
now
cup.
what we're gonna have to
Also-
do, we're gonna have to change our idea completely next episode.
Right.
So Myth can know what it feels like when I had to do it on rhyme.
When did that happen? Which time did that happen?
Multiple times,
God.
probably
Which
on Ryan.
times?
There was
Yeah,
one
'cause-
time where you guys literally spelled out your plan. You're like, this is
Yep.
what we are doing.
And you spend an entire episode doing it. And then the beginning of the next episode was like, you know what?
Let's go the other way.
Let's go this way. Yeah, it is. It's wonderful.
Fucking great. And you went to the one place I did not have prepared. It was
Yeah.
amazing.
And my Chaos
So
Goblin is just going, let's do it. It's just-
We're gonna have to do that next time. So thank you so
Can't
much
wait.
for letting us explore all that and letting Brad to destroy any potential side quests that
And
you had going.
also us for, obviously, he wanted us to go to Goldfish. And we were just like,
Yep.
no.
He's like, you sure you guys don't want to go to Goldfish? Are you really sure? I got so much stuff ready. Okay. That's always so difficult as a GM.
Notice that
You just got to let it happen.
more towns were added to the map.
He's got the town generator up in the other screen.
I do.
That shit's rough. So great job there, and I was looking forward to seeing Varsha and Tenno finally get to talk.
Yeah.
I wanted them to talk now, and have a real conversation for a while. So it's kind of like I felt really bad for Varsha because she kind of still didn't really get to do that. They're still in the planning part, and I feel like she's all wound up and
There's still tension. That's there's still but both of them are still working. It's
Yeah.
yeah. So that's rough, and it's a good thing that Smith was not there.
Yeah. There's also this element of, I think, shame for her. Because I wonder if she is concerned that her constantly asking him to join is what got him caught. So I think she's just kind of I'm responsible for whatever happened to you for however long you were in there.
Right.
6 months, which
Man, the
probably felt like
future.
5 years.
It's Smith's fault. But yeah, that was a great episode. Great job. I do a bunch of stuff here on Table Story. You can check out Rhyme of the Frost Maiden on Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern. Myth is on that as well. We are currently in the Caves of Hunger, and last episode was
Pretty sweet.
it was there was some tense moments last episode, so I'm curious to see what's going to happen in the Caves of Hunger, and I know that it's going to be good.
We
Really
blew
looking
some
forward
big
to it.
spells
Yeah.
immediately, so that's
which-
exciting.
Witchcraft and Wizardry's on break. We will let you guys know when everything is coming back. Just keep aware. Doing a job as a content creator is a lot easier than, say, being a coal miner. But one of the things that happens is you get burnt out. You get creatively blocked, and it's important to take breaks, and it's important to make sure that everybody's ready to go before we do something. And we always want to put out the best content for you guys, so just keep that in mind. So while you wait for stuff, while you look forward to new shows and things, we always try and bring forth the best stuff. So just be patient.
The truth is, Whack is just addicted to VR.
Yeah, it's me that's addicted to things right now. It's definitely me. Yeah, super me.
We're running out of time, Myth.
Hey, it's me. Oh, I actually got something to do. Hey, everybody, it's me, Mythomatic. I am the GM of Chaos, right? Is that what we call me now? Anyway, I like it.
yeah.
You could follow me on twitter.com/Mythomatic or TikTok. That is, I think it's Cord. I think it's just Cord on TikTok. You could follow me on
You got
just
Cord
things.
on TikTok?
Yeah, and you could just follow me on the things.
Yep.
I did.
Yeah, I did.
No biggie. And I've got a new YouTube thing. You want to check out the Deep
Yes.
Woodsman is where it's just me doing outdoor woodsy stuff, because it is a way that I can unplug from the content creative world, which Whack was just alluding to, where I need to just unplug from the blue lights and enjoy the green outdoors.
And film it.
And film it, and then use it for my content.
And then
because
use
that's,
it.
Yeah, exactly.
I spent hours afterwards
And then
uploading
editing
it to
and
the
then
internet,
uploading it,
checking
and then
the
making
tags
sure, and then
yeah.
analyze the analytics and everything and the statistics. But besides that, it's what a great way to unplug. Anyway, check me out or don't, whatever. I'll be around. I'm on the internet. Just search for me, Mythomatic, or don't, whatever. I'll be here. I'm really bad at this stuff.
I will
shouting
do it.
out-
I'll check it out.
out-
Okay,
Check
I'll
out
do it.
patreon.com/Spellwind, please.
There you go. And there's another thing you can check out as well. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, everybody on YouTube. I went back and watched. I went back and saw today that we have 5K views on episode 1, and we've got like 32 awesome comments. So, thank you, everybody, for being so supportive of the show and liking what we're doing. It really lets us continue doing what it is we love to do. And just thank you, everybody. Thank you, mods. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Table Story. We're gonna head out, and I'll see you all next week for whatever we have planned. And next week. All right, bye.
Whatever you have planned, that
That's
we will
you,
ruin.
and you.
So we can ruin.
Yep. And that's when you're still assuming that I have things planned.
Has reached new heights. Union is responsible for all.